Hey everybody, welcome back. So I'm going to do a second, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 shelves worth of these built model kits, and I'm going to do another shelf tonight or this evening. And this one's got trucks, looks like it's all trucks in one van. So this one I built fairly early on in the channel. This is a 34 Ford. It's the same model kit as the Lindbergh, I believe. This is the AMT. This is the one that you could have gotten. It had like the wrecker in the back, you know, the wrecker boom. You could build it that way or whatever. And I built this one just kind of, there's a fast car outside. I built this one, it's a sleeper, sort of a sleeper. I weathered the body a little bit. It doesn't look all that great, to be honest with you. I could have done better, but I guess at the time I didn't know better. But anyway, just did some weathering on it. On the bottom, look at those nice clean white walls. Gosh, Matthew, didn't you think about that? No, not at all. But it's a pretty fun kit. This has got a, you know, this kit goes way back, probably from the 60s or so. But it's a sleeper, I said. It's because I put it comes with a Thunderbird. I'm thinking it's like a 406. It's the same engine that you would, it would be like same engine family as your 390, 360, 352, 428, 427. But I believe this one would have represented, because it being Thunderbird, a 406. So in this old farm truck, it had the dual quads and the V8, so that's what I chose to put in it. Thought it would be pretty fun to do that. And I almost got rid of the white wall right there, sanding the tires down. You can see, I don't know, how things have changed with my seeing how things are done now. But anyway, I just rusted it up. That's all I did. It was just a fun old truck to build. But yeah, 34 Ford AMT, or you can get it in. I just got a bag kit, and I might have already said that. I don't even remember if I said it. I just bought a bag kit from the JaxCon Model Show, and it was Lindbergh, but it's that same truck. And then this next one has seen a couple of shows, and it actually won I think a silver medal at JaxCon one year. So this is the, what is it, 1950 Chevy pickup truck. I think it's a 50. And this weathering job looks a little better. It's got the Sully solenoid service on the side. It's just a worn out truck. I like to, if I do the weathering, I need to do some more and get better at it, but like where the guy's arm would be hanging out or whatever, I like to make it look like that, like his arm has worn it out. This one I cracked the windshield, and also tried to like make it where the windshield was dirty and the windshield wipers had hit it, but it looks okay. I think the crack in the windshield looks pretty cool. I just took and scratched it with a back of the X-Acto knife. Just kind of made a scratch. It's got the 6-cylinder in it. That turned out pretty good. Pretty decent. Again, this is also going pretty far back. The underside looks really nice. I tried to oil up places that would have oil leaks around the transmission, around the differential and things like that. Tried to make it look oily and just rusty. I think the underside looks better than the top side. The exhaust is all rusted too. So that one turned out pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. I think it took a second place at JaxCon, or not second place. This is second. You get awards at JaxCon. It's IPMS judging, so you don't get like you're judged against yourself, not against other model kits. So I kind of like that. It's almost like everybody gets a trophy. Almost everybody gets a trophy. And this one was pre-model car videos, and you guys have seen this one if you've watched the channel at any length. I really liked this. This is a great model kit, and I've got quite a few of these. It's the 53 Ford. I've got the older variations of it, and I've got the new ones. Yeah, cool truck. This was, like I say, before the channel. This is my very first weathering job that I did pre model car videos. I borrowed my daughter Gracie before she moved out. I just borrowed her makeup and a lot of the brown stuff. Now I did spray the, I don't know, maybe I didn't. I thought maybe I put the brown or the brown primer under it. I'm not 100% sure if I did or not. But anyway, where I went through to the plastic, I just took her makeup and just started coloring it up, and it turned out really nice. I think it's just a cool looking old truck. I think it represents what an old truck would look like pretty well. And hard to see the interior, but I did distress the interior as well. I really wore down the tires and got the underside looking kind of, it's a little shiny for rust, but anyway. And hey, like that blue where the bed comes together, how nice and blue that is. Yeah, missed that. It's got the flat head in it. These are just interesting to go back and look at. It's like, how did I miss all that stuff? It's just got the flat head and no wires or anything like that. I did put radiator hoses, looks like, but they don't look all that great. That's just rubber tubing, and it doesn't hold its shape. If you have like rubber tubing that has, you know, has a hole in it, you can put a piece of like brass wire or something in there so it would more hold its shape. And on this one I can tell it's just the old rubber tubing. But I still had fun on this one. I was so excited when I built this truck and got it finished. I brought it inside, showed everybody, and everybody was like, oh man, that looks so cool. But yeah, that's going pretty far back. That's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 years ago with that one. And the next one is more recent on the channel and just cool as far as memories go, because I built this kit here as a kid, and it's the 1940 Ford. And this one looks a lot better. Oh, the hood doesn't stay on worth a flip. Look at that. It don't stay up. The door opens on this side. That door, the hinges just drove me crazy. I glued it shut, but we'll just pull the hood off so we don't have to see that thing non-fitting. It's box stock. There's no plug wires on it or anything like that. And you see that blue on the door, there's a piece of tape because it will not stay shut. And I'll take the tape and just kind of close it. But what I like so much about this is because I built this kit as a kid, and something with this one is really cool. And again, if you've watched my channel, and you probably already know what I'm going to say, but I have a picture of the truck that I built as a kid. I won't go get it and show it to you. You may have seen it already too, sitting on my shelf at home when I was a kid at where I grew up at. And most all of my model kits got burnt because the house burned. I moved out, my dad was living there, the house burned down, and I didn't have a chance to get all my stuff. But I came across a box of model parts, just broken up model parts and stuff that somehow I had. I don't remember when I got them or why I had them, but I had the tailgate off of that truck that was in that picture. And what I did with this one, because I had the tailgate, I just for sentimental value, I actually put that tailgate on here. So this tailgate is off of the truck that I built when I was probably, I don't know, 10 or 12 years old. And I just thought that's just really cool to, does it let down or I glued it shut? But yeah, that is the actual tailgate. I stripped the paint off of it, which it was red, sort of. I stripped the paint off of it and put it on here. I thought, man, that'd be really neat to do. So underside's just clean and simple. But it's a fun truck, but boy is it tricky to build. Let's open the door and you can see inside it. Now the tape's gonna really hold. So inside, again, it's just box stock. This is kind of a difficult truck to build if you want to build it in a way that, what am I trying to say? I like to build my stuff like all the pieces that I can put together and paint like the body color. I don't like to paint a part and then glue it on after if possible, because you can just tell you did. But with the way that this cab is designed, the floor and all it was very difficult. And then the hinges, oh my word, I had a heck of a time with the hinges. It also was a later edition. It was out of the 90s. Had a lot of flash, and a lot of the body lines and stuff like that were practically gone because the molds were just worn out. But still, I'm happy with it. It's pretty cool. I did bare metal foil the windshield, front windshield, and here on the hood. But the hood doesn't want to stay where it's supposed to be. So I need some of those little magnets that people use. I guess if I had the hood up, you maybe couldn't tell. But anyway, 1944. This is monogram, by the way, 1/24 scale. And I thought I had fun building it, but boy, was it a headache. I had a lot more fun after I was done. But during the process of those hinges, it was a beast. So let me see if I can do this without dropping it. Get it back in there and get the next one here. And the next one is even more, well, I guess maybe both of these were built close in the same time. I'm not 100% sure. Here is the 37 Ford pickup. This is I believe this was Revell. Market Hobby Nut Models sent this one over for me to build, and because it was a new release at the time. It was the one with the box art. It was like kind of like a surf mobile. It had like surfboards and some surfy like decals and stuff. But I like to build it stock. And this one also, I think, brought home an award from JaxCon last year, a year before, or something like that. It's just a simple build. The paint turned out really nice. That's the red one there and this one these are both MCW enamel paints, but it was nice, just very clean and just simple. I hear something rattling. Oh, I've got a hood pin. A hood. You see that wire right on the right side? That's just a piece of banjo string, actually, from when my son, when he would change his banjo strings, I would get the old ones, because that makes a perfect prop rod. If not, it's not even for this truck, but this hood doesn't prop. But if you ever have guitar strings or anything, the really small string, oh well, I can't even pick it up. They make perfect prop rods because they're so small. They don't look out of scale. And I'll pull the hood off here. And I think this is just completely box stock. Hadn't looked at it in a while. Yeah, it is. Just a flat head there. And yep, just box stock. It turned out really nice. I thought it was a nice kit to build, and it turned out good. Proud of it. Not one of my best, but hey, it was fun. All right, next one. Oh, this one's cool. You guys are gonna like this one. You'll probably remember it. It's not mine, but it's on the shelf. So this next one here is Miss Heather's truck. So she built the 55 Ford pickup truck by Monogram, 1/24 scale. And that's why I chose to build this model truck for the USAC build, because it was so cool to have my wife out here, you know, in the shop with me, and she built it, you know. I mean, it's like, wow, that was so much fun. She did a great job on it, man. Okay, there, it got really bright there for a second. I see that the one mirror is off of it, and one tail light, and so tail light's been knocked off of it, and a mirror, driver's side mirror, is off of it. But she did a really nice job on this. She got a second place award at JaxCon for doing it. Oop. There's the engine. It's just box stock too, no plug wires or anything like that. But she did a really good job building it. Come on, focus in there. There we go. So she's got a little wood grain steering wheel and stuff like that. She did really nice. I was very proud of her. And I'd love to have her out here again to build another one. She chose not to have chrome, so the bumpers and the grill and the wheels are painted with this right here. And I used to use this a lot, like for my exhaust and stuff. But it's Rust-Oleum appliance epoxy. Jeez, there we go. That's what I used to spray like my exhaust with. But I would like paint it black and then fog it over it, and it'd give it kind of a metal look. I don't use it anymore, But if you do want something that makes, you know, well, for example, her exhaust, right there, it makes a nice looking color for the exhaust. So if you're ever in the hardware store, Rust-Oleum appliance epoxy, and you can paint 100 models of one can. So anyway, there's that one, 55 Ford monogram, 124 scale by my wife, Miss Heather. And then beside it is sort of reminiscent to the bootlegger monster truck that I built. This is my 55. It was the Harley Davidson edition panel van, same model kit, older edition, because this one has carburetors and not the fuel injection. So this one would have been out of the, I think this was out of the 90s, although they had fuel injection in the 90s. What am I thinking? I don't know. I think it's got, yeah, it's got the carbureted small block Ford. But I built this one when it was right in the middle of me having my shoulder surgery, so I wasn't completely done with it. Had my shoulder surgery, and then I was able to finish it up, I think one-handed. But anyway, it turned out really nice. It was a fun little truck to build. They're the wheels look kind of clunky on them. They're kind of not to scale personally to me. They do have the turbines, which are cool, but yeah, just a simple. It was fun. Yeah, that was the Harley Davidson. I built this kit, one like it as a kid also, and when I was able to get one, I really knew that I wanted to build it, because I built mine painted yellow. It was so ugly as a kid, but as a kid I thought it looked great. And two more. This one I thought was like so awesome when I built it, but now that I look at it, it's like, ugh. And I can see some of the paint looks like it's trying to crack on it. I don't know why it does that, but some of the old testers. This was Model Masters silver or chrome. I've got a bottle over there, but that's what I painted it with. The roof looks really splotchy now. Don't know what's happening, but it's the Chip Foose, the Revell Chip Foose 50. What is that? 56. I think it is, because of, oh, it's got a scratch on it. I thought it was a little hair of some kind. But the way the windshield sticks out or sets back, and then the roof goes, I think it's 56. But I was just so impressed with myself when I built this one. And the hood is, there we go. The engine turned out pretty nice. The plug wires are out of scale. That's all I had to work with at the time. But I tried to take my time on the engine and try to make it clean looking. But I did plug boots too. Pretty cool. So I did plug boots. But yeah, pretty neat. Those are nice kits. If you get one, they build up really, really nice. Look at the paint on the door. It looks marbled. What in the world is going on here? Huh. Anyway, it was fun. And I got one more I'll show you, and we'll end this part 2 of the builds from the shelf. And if I can get this one out without breaking it, because my respirators are hanging right in the darn way. See if I can do this. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right. And this one goes way back in the channel. It's the Desert something. It's the old Fall Guy truck. But they redid it. I think it's NPC, and it's the Desert something. Don't remember. But anyway, it's pretty cool. I had fun with this one. I painted it just an old sorry green spray paint, and didn't have to be shiny or anything like that, because then I took brown acrylic craft paint and just daubed it all over it. I did paint the KCs. Those are just hand painted. It didn't come like KC, but I thought that would look cool, so I just hand painted KC on there to make the KC lights, and just mudded it up. Thought it would be cool, but from what I hear right here, this cutout on the body, if you'll notice, I mean, that's not like original to what this truck would have had, but the Fall Guy truck, there was something, and in the comments if you guys want to mention what it is, I don't remember, but there was some door that would open in the Fall Guy truck or whatever, and he had guns in there or something like that. I just mudded it up under the bottom. It actually turned out pretty good. And then under the hood, when I did the windshield wipers where they splattered all the mud. And the engine looks so out of scale. It just doesn't even look real. I don't know. I've noticed on some of the MPCs, under the hood stuff doesn't look just right. But anyway, it's just got a greasy old small block Chevy, but it just looks too darn small. But that's the engine that came with it, so that's what we went with. Fun fact here about the Fall Guy truck, the actual real Fall Guy truck, the ones that would do the jumps and stuff like that. Did you know that it was like a rear engine truck? That they had the engine like in the back, I think. Right. I would say mid-engine, I guess. Rear would be behind the rear wheels, but it was like the engine was behind the driver. So I guess to balance it out when they were doing all those jumps and stuff, they had it in the back. So that's pretty cool. Side note. Pretty sure that's the way it went. That's, at least I think either I looked that up, someone told me, I don't remember. But anyway, that's it. That's the bottom row of the right case. Above it are some of the cool old classic cars, and then above this one, straight up above it, are some of the old muscle cars. And I've got several other cases. But anyway, yeah, fun looking back at where you come from. Even with this one, it was early on the channel. When I started this channel, I chuckle at times because I didn't have a darn clue about anything when I started my channel. Just was like any other guy. I just thought, well, that looks like fun. So I started it and did some of the goofball moves and doing things, and didn't look right, didn't know how it was supposed to look. I'm an automotive guy. I know all about the mechanics of an automobile. I can tear down an engine and rebuild it and do things like that. But as far as, having that lingo of model building, knowing paints, and I had not a clue. So I started off with spray cans, and I didn't have very much success with that. And I moved on to an airbrush, a Harbor Freight airbrush, which I had great success with, still have it. You don't have, in my personal opinion, you can get a great paint job with a inexpensive airbrush if you're careful. And I just went at it with no idea. Just got an airbrush and just started painting, and finally was introduced to MCW paints. I painted with the airbrush using the little tester bottles, but they didn't give the best of results. They would as you can see, some of my paint jobs crack, and that's that tester's paint. I don't know what did it. Maybe I laid it on too heavy. I think someone may have mentioned in the comments before that possibly the primer's not good and dry, and when that dries under it, or you put two coats of color and the bottom coat's not completely dry, and that enamel takes forever to dry. So it could be that when the underlying coat dries harder, it may stretch and crack I don't know. But that sounds like a good resolution to what happened. But anyway, bottom line, I didn't know what I was doing, but I've had great people to guide me, and great sponsorship through Hobby Nut Models introduced me to MCW paints, and that is a game changer there, and it's helped me tremendously, and it's just furthered my desire to do this stuff. And yeah, it's just been a great ride. So hope you enjoyed these. I've got a bunch more to show. I don't want to just do them back to back to back. I don't want to bore people, but I'll get to them. And I'm still working on my little Renault. I got some stuff done to it, so I got to assemble it and get it done. Little 32nd scale Highway Pioneers Renault. It's got to be completed. And then I'll be going up to, today is the February the 27th. You'll probably see this on the 28th, but I'll be going up on March the 8th. I'll be heading up to Roanoke, Virginia, me and my son, to the MDA model show up there, hosted by our friend Dennis Smith up in Roanoke, Virginia. I'll be going up there. That show is on the 9th at the Berglund Center, and you guys need to go. It's a great show, a lot of fun. Got to meet a lot of guys that I've only communicated with through the comments. I got to meet, and can't wait to see them again, see my friend Dennis and Rocky, and and just have a great time. Anyway, we will be vending there. My son is going to be running the vending table. I guess I'll be helping him too, but I'll get him going and see how he does. And it's going to be fun. So we'll have a good time there. Hope to see you. And March the 9th, the Berglund Center. It's a civic center type deal. The model show is downstairs. They have a great big car show, an awesome car show. So you get, like, when you pay the entrance fee to the car show, you get to see the models, or vice versa. You pay the entrance fee to the models, you get to see the big cars. And it's a giant one-to-one swap meet outside, but it's just a good time. And what a pretty place to go to. Hopefully the weather will be nice, and we'll have a good time. But anyway, all right, guys, I'm just rambling on, so we'll talk to you later. Thanks for all you do. Thanks to MCW Paint. Thanks to Hobby Nut Models for providing MCW Paint. Thanks to Mark for his helping me on this channel so much. Go check it out. HobbyNutModels.com. It's listed always in the description of the video. Click on that link, it'll carry you right over there, and check out what Mark's got. Also, my website, mcvproducts.net. I've got Protect parts and quite a bit of 3D printed stuff now. So my inventory keeps growing, and I'm running out of space to put that stuff, but that's a good problem to have. So you go over there, check it out. Buy yourself something. It keeps Ellie employed, and yeah, it just furthers this channel along. So guys, I'm thankful for all you do. Give this video a thumbs up if you hadn't already. Subscribe if you hadn't already, and I'm sure you know how to do all that stuff. Anyway, talk to you soon, and have a good day. All right, bye.